welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. I'm your host, Brian Koval. Before we get started, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. If you want to see me play your favorite deck or your spicy brew on the channel, I take donation deck lists. I'll do a deck tech, play a full Magic Online League, and help tune your list. If that sounds good, check out my contact info. It's in the video description below. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Pauper, and this is at the request of subscriber G4 Gregarious, who sent me one Pauper deck before the Modern Horizons 2 preview season, and over the course of waiting for their league to work their way through my donation queue, Chatterstorm became legal. So this card, colloquial nickname NUTSHOT, is a 1 and a green sorcery, create a 1/1 Squirrel Storm. So this is half of an Empty the Warrens. It costs half as much and you get half as many tokens. And Empty the Warrens is a card that is banned in Pauper. Grape Shot is banned in Pauper. All of the Storm cards are banned in Pauper because they're all just freaking broken. And the reason for that is the support shell, Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Rite of Flame, Seething Song, Cabal Ritual, these are all commons in the history of Magic. And rather than ban all of these sweet cards that, I mean, you could reasonably like Dark Ritual into like Chittering Rats if you want to, and that's a more interesting interaction to exist than the things that could go wrong with Empty the Warrens. So they've banned all the Storm cards, but the shell remains. If historical precedent is anything at all, I think Chatterstorm will be banned pretty soon, but I'm going to play it while it's here. This list, courtesy of Bryant Cook over at theepicstorm.com and The Epic Storm on YouTube. He released a video with this archetype about a week ago. I trust him with all of my storm building needs, and this list here has his post video things that are worth testing. So I have one Sign in Blood over his 4th Street Wraith. He said that's a thing you can do. Sign in Blood, turning your black mana into more cards on your storm turn matters. He was going a little sleeker with Street Wraith. I'm going to try the one Sign in Blood. I also have a basic Swamp where he had no basics, and the reason is that first day of class, this is the other half of the combo, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control this turn, put a +1 counter on it and it gains haste. And learn. So the first half of this card, obviously, that makes it a, you kill this turn with Chatterstorm. You play first day of class, you throw some squirrels into play, Storm 10 is 20 haste damage, let's go. But the bottom ability of this card, Learn, is not flavor text. Learn, you can pull a lesson card from your sideboard into your hand, or you can rummage. Rummage is the bad loot, where you discard a card then draw a card. So the fact that the part of the win condition of your Storm deck also helps you loot and find more action is just bonkers. I wouldn't be surprised if this card also ends up getting banned in Pauper, but definitely Chatterstorm first. But this card, in case you don't want to loot or rummage your hand, or you don't have a card to rummage, or your hand's just perfect already, good job, you can pull lessons from your sideboard. One of them is Environmental Sciences. I'll pull this over here so you can see it. This is a 2 mana, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library, gain 2 life. So you get this card, you pay 2 mana for it, you search up the land. You probably didn't play a land yet on your combo turn because all of your other lands come into play tapped. So this is basically like 1 mana, gain Storm 1, if you have a basic land in your deck to tutor. And I added that just so we could do that with Environmental Sciences. That's something that Bryant said might be worth doing, because the other lesson in the sideboard is Introduction to Prophecy, which is a 3 mana Preordain, which is not bad. It sounds pretty good in a Storm deck if you have tons of mana, but nothing to do with it. Not bad at all. So, but having more options is better. The rest of this deck, it's just rituals and ways to draw cards. And the sideboard, pretty standard stuff here. Pyroblast and Duress protect your combo. Flaring Pain, make sure you don't lose to a fog. Like Moment's Peace is a card that's played in the format. Prismatic Strands is a card that's played in the format. So there are a couple of fogs that get played that could really slow you down, and Flaring Pain stops that from happening. The most exciting card in the sideboard, this is 100% Bryant's tech, is Serpentine Curve. This is new from Strixhaven. Create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. put X counters on it, where X is the 1 plus the total number of instant and sorcery cards you own in exile and your graveyard. So the way that the main Storm plan loses is to something like Electrickery, which first day of class plays around, but Fiery Cannonade, you would need 2 first days of class to get your squirrels up to 3/3 to survive a Fiery Cannonade. So if you expect your opponent to have a bunch of Fiery Cannonades or sweepers that can mess up your combo, you can just switch over here and just make a couple of 6/6s instead of a bunch of 2/2s and just beat down that way. It's just a juke to try to invalidate what they're doing. So that's the deck. Let's get into it and hope we can nutshot some people. I'm on the play in round number 1. This is a mulligan. It does not make any mana. Alright, here we go. So Geothermal Crevice, cast Chromatic Star. Eventually we can get up to Night's Whisper. I'm going to keep this and I think ship the Spirit Guide. Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder how many Squirrel Mirrors we're going to play. It's like day 3, I think, since Modern Horizons became legal on Magic Online. It's later that you're watching this, but it's like day 3 that I filmed it. And I suspect the jig is up. Alright, so I think I want to star first. Worry about looting later. Because I have a play. Uh-oh. Okay, that makes sense. This is definitely just straight up Bryant's list. Squirrel Mirrors all day. Ha, you wasted a mana. A precious mana in the Storm Mirror. Okay, well, so I can just buckle up here and go for it. Or I could just cast Night's Whisper and see what happens. Does that make me a coward? Maybe. So if I sack this for red, use the green, filter it, or sack this, filter the green into black. And basically I get to see 4 cards that have to be good. I could also just cast... this is tough. I could just cast Night's Whisper and see what happens. I could Rite of Flame, pop, and then... I think that makes sense, actually. Rite of Flame, make black, Night's Whisper. Yeah, okay. Alright, I feel better about that play. I think I found a reasonable line there. Because that Rite of Flame does feed future rights. And not finding the squirrel makes me feel better about not going for it. They missed their land drop last turn after drawing 3 cards, so we know they have at least 7 spells in hand, probably 8. And looks like they're off to the races. Or at least just committing to... Oh, they discarded a Chatterstorm? We're dead. They have another one. Just looting their faces off over there. Discarded another Chatterstorm. What the heck? They have so many. And I have so few. Anamorphose, sure. They're making green black when red is the first day of class color. Oh, they had Simian Spirit Guide. That makes sense. Alright. Cabal Writ. They spent their red to do it, though. So, if they go off, but they don't have first day of class, then that's not the worst. Okay, so they just made 7 Nutty Boys. And I guess I'm just in here. Though I can take 7 and just, like, keep playing the game. I can take 7 twice before I lose. Like, I could just Faithless Looting, see what happens. Is that where I want to be? I guess. Like, it's way more important to actually win than to just, like, go super fast. And they're out of gas. They're not going to do anything else this game. They're going to attack 3 times with their squirrels. And that's going to be good enough or it's not. I think Street Wraith is a discard. And probably Lotus Petal. I have a lot of mana in my hand. Though Petal does fix, but so does Manamorphose. Rite of Flame and Seething Song both net more mana than that. I could discard a Cabal Writ and keep the Street Wraith. Like, if I discard Lotus Petal and Cabal Ritual, I have 3, 5, plus 3, 8, plus a draw, plus a learn, plus
4, so 12 mana. Yeah, so Cabal Writ and Lotus Petal sound like the ones to go. Oh, if I cycle Street Wraith, 4, 14, 16. Yeah, that's still a 3-turn clock. I'm good. Found a Dark Writ. Alright. So I can take one hit, squeaky clean. The second hit from the squirrels turns off future Street Wraiths. I can just Manamorphose and see where it goes, but not quite ready to commit my... Alright, I'm just going to pass, let them attack me for 7 more, and do my best turn next turn. We're just committed to going all in here. Hopefully we can punish them for popping too early. Knight's Whisper. Well, that's an easy discard for Faithless Looting, at least. Alright, well, it's now or never, so... Rite of Flame, let's go. Seething Song, or all the dark, at least one of the dark rituals I can cast. And then I'm probably might discard the second dark ritual to Faithless Looting, but I'm gonna get my Seething Song in. And then I should Metamorphose first. I have green, I have red. There's no blue cards in the deck, so I can spend the blue and the red and make green red. Backup Faithless Looting. So first looting. There's my swamp. So Knight's Whisper is a freebie, and I think that the swamp can go. I have so much mana. So swamp's gone, and then if I Cabal Ritual, so I can Cabal Writ. I definitely want that one. Then I can loot again, discard Dark Ritual, and yeah, Rite of Flame makes more mana than Dark Ritual at this point. It's getting kind of sketch here, folks. I do have a second Faithless Looting, or the flashback of the first Faithless Looting, that is. Cabal Writ again, okay. I probably want a first day of class and use the Preordain from my sideboard. I want the Introduction to Prophecy, and then use my black mana for that. A green. Oh, Jesus. Bottom. Yeah, we did it. That's 20. Get out of here. Not on my watch. Make sure not to spend my green mana. And boom. Storm is 13. They're all 2/2 haste. Boom. Each one comes into play. Gets a +1/+1 counter and haste. And we're out of here. Okay, so what do we do in the Storm Mirror? I guess we just bring in Duress, and that's the game plan. I try to disrupt them a little bit while maintaining my own forward momentum. So I think that Spirit Guide is probably the worst card here. It doesn't make black. It doesn't build Storm. It doesn't draw a card. That makes sense to me. I'm going to keep it pretty light here. This is my plan. Alright, on the draw, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 redraws. I'm going to keep it. And a land. I think they learned their lesson that speed is less important than solidity. Like, if you go Hellbent... Ooh, interesting. Miss your land drop and concede. That's the plan. Like, if you go Hellbent and just tell me I have 3 turns to sculpt, I'm going to take 3 turns to sculpt. And I'm pretty sure I needed all of them. Like, that Preordain at the very end was the whole... That was everything. So, as much as I'd like a land drop, Chromatic Star, I think, makes more sense. Just get that in. And next turn, I can use Star to play the other Star and just dig for more land drops. Alright, looks like they're making another move. They are generous with these sack lands. A lot more generous than I am. Seething Song. Let's see if they take me to class this time, or if they just put some squirrels into play. Pretty sure you just need to go to class. Ooh, a non-threshold Cabal Ritual. So they could have played first day of class and then cracked their Lotus Petal and had Threshold and still played this same turn. All right, they're going... Introduction to Prophecies on the stack. Storm is 6. Storm is 7. If they have the nuts, I'm dead. Yep, that's exactly... Oh, wait. Nope. I'm at 2. Right? Or... I lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm at 2. So I have 1 turn to figure this out. Which is obviously not much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, yes. I did my math correctly. And let's see what happens with it. So, obviously, Geothermal Crevice has to cash in. I'm going to need some red mana. I guess I can Ritual. Might as well get that in. Not hurting anybody by being on the stack. Opponent's Hellbent. I need the first day of class and the NUTSHOT to win this turn, though. I'm going to cycle one of the black into red. Never know when you're going to need that green. Another dark ritual. And then I'm going to Manamorphose. Spending red for red, I think. Or I can Seething Song first. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so now I can red for red, or Manamorphose for red black. Sulfur Vent, not what I'm looking for, but that's an easy discard to looting. Right, I found the class. Night's Whisper's gone, I am at 2. Sulfur Vent, there's not going to be another turn. First day of class. I can cast that. I think I need to loot. Yeah, this hand needs more action than it currently has. Uh-oh. 1, 2. So, first day of class, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I spend the Chromatic Star, I go to 5. And then I'll have 6 total. Which, if the looting finds... Or I guess I should cast first day of class. Use the rummage option, the discard and draw, lose the duress. Think that makes sense? Discarded the duress. Uh-oh. So if I faithless looting into the NUTSHOT, I can still do it. I have exactly enough to do that. And that's not it. But if I discard Geothermal Crevice and Seething Song, I can Lotus Petal, sack for black, Dark Ritual. Alright, we got one more look. Sack this for red. NUTSHOT, let's go. I can still Faithless Looting, but then I'm out of gas. Alright, didn't quite get there. We saw 23 cards that game. Mathematically, 1 in every 15 cards is a Chatterstorm, so we got a little unlucky, but that was fun. There were a lot of fun little ways to maximize seeing another card. And nothing changes in the sideboard. We're just in it here. The one thing I could change is I could cut the duress for Simine Spirit Guide and just decide I'm on the play, I want to be faster. But I think that being disruptive and doing it right is better than doing it quickly, like we saw in Game 1. Okay, this is the first appearance of Chatterstorm in my opening hand, and I have the first day of class, so this is easy mode. I just need to not get duressed, and then make some squirrels on probably turn 3. So play my Crevice, pass. I'm not going to cycle Street Wraith yet. Like, if they make 9 2/2 squirrels this turn, I would hate to just be at 18 for no reason. And there's nothing I'm going to do with... Even if I find Lotus Petal, like, there's nothing I'm going to do with it here this turn, so I'm just going to hold on to my Wraith. Opponent mulled to 6. That helps. Everything matters in the Storm Mirror. Uh-oh. Simine Spirit Guide, Rite of Flame. Manamorphose. Are they Manamorphosing into Night's Whisper? Is this just the, YOLO? Oh, God. If they don't end up with a turn 1 here, this is really bad. This is a lot of card disadvantage. Like if they were trying to hit their land drop and missed, discarded Seething Song and Simine Spirit Guide. Yikes, what are they doing? I guess they could just like make 6 squirrels here. Alright, they made green. Cycle Street Wraith. Cabal Ritual. Star. Alright. Alright, so they can make 8 squirrels. Maybe 9 if they have another ritual. If they go duress squirrels, I'm gonna lose my shit though. Alright, Simian Spirit Guide. Why'd you do that? That doesn't build Storm. If your hand is... Oh, maybe you need a looting here? Wow. This is ugly. I feel like there's a good chance. Alright, I was about to say there's a good chance they're just gonna concede. But they did have the Chatterstorm at the end of that run. And note that they made 9 squirrels. They attack for 9, then they attack for 9 again. That's 18. And so I can stop to consider my Street Wraith for a little while here. If I cycle Street Wraith, I lose an entire turn on the clock. But I do need to find a way to fix colors. So I think I'm going to have to do this. Uh-oh. This is the opposite of every other round. Yeah, I need red mana or I'm just going to lose here. This is bad. I need like a Lotus Petal or a Chromatic Star. Manamorphose technically does a little more. Alright, I can cast it. I mean, this is so bad though. We've definitely just bricked. My opponent's YOLO turn 1. Gonna turn out to be pretty good. I need to make black-red and just hope that another way to make squirrels emerges. And I can first day of class, but know that rampant growth thing costs 2 mana, so I am just dead here. I'm just gonna look at this for a second, make sure I haven't missed anything, but if I cast the ritual, like anything I cast, I'm just out of mana. Wow, yep. Maybe I shouldn't have cycled my Street Wraith. Yuck. Alright, opponent had a very different plan than me. Like, they just went in early and tried to push over the finish line. I tried to sculpt until I could win, and it worked in one game and got dumpstered in the other ones. I guess the middle game, they just had Chatterstorm in their top half of their deck, and I didn't. So I don't know if we count that one, but this one was definitely a speed versus stability kind of thing. Ouch. Next round. On the draw for round number 2. I've kept this hand with my trusty basic swamp in it. Forgotten Cave. Okay, this is probably not a Storm Mirror. Guess it could be. Anything's possible. I'm going to cycle this now in case I find a tap land to put into play. And found a 1-drop instead. I'm in for that. There's Chromatic Star. We could be playing against Burn or Goblins. There's a number of mono red decks this could be. I think we're faster than Burn. There is a Weather the Storm in the sideboard in case things get weird, but pretty sure we just outrace this deck. Alright, they cycled a Riftbolt and cast Chain Lightning. Definitely Burn. So the race is on. Found a tap land here. I'm just going to play my Steam Vent, or Sulfur Vent, not Steam Vents. That card is a rare. And pass the turn. And I'll try to go for a big next turn. Or at least put some nuts on the board next turn. This not being a mountain is nice because that takes Fire Blast off the table. JK, there's Fire Blast on the table again. Needle Drop. The scary thing is that like Burn is hyper consistent in this format. So while I think our deck is more powerful, theirs is more consistent. Like they'll always win on turn 4, but we might win on turn 1 or 2. Alright, it's time to sing the song of our people, which is nuts. I just want to make sure I sequence this in a way that maximizes the things I'm able to do this turn. So I get red-blue out of this. So red-blue. Rite of Flame's obviously part of the plan. Blue mana is not part of the plan. So I can Manamorphose the blue into red-black. Black-red. Yeah, having 2 red seems to make sense here. Sign in Blood. I have 4, 5, 6. I can get Threshold. So Lotus Petal. I do have to win this turn, and I have to be careful not to go below 4 life because I don't want to get Fire Blasted out of the game. So if I pop this for green, so sack this, spend my red. I don't think anything costs double red in the deck. So this does Chromatic Star get me to Threshold in a better way than Night's Whisper does? I don't think so. It does refuel, recycle the Cabal Ritual mana into useful colored mana on the other side, though. So that's 5 cards in the graveyard. I guess I just cast Night's Whisper first and save the Lotus Petal last. There's no reason to sequence these in any other way. Alright, so Whisper. And now it's time to Cabal Writ. That's, yes, I am Threshold. So Cabal Ritual. I have Lotus Petal and Chromatic Star, so I can get off green mana for a second here. Then Lotus Petal, Faithless Looting. I can discard one of these Chatterstorms. I'm looking for a first day. This is dangerous. I'm not going to be able to play around Fire Blast, and that just is what it is. I guess I have one crack with this Chromatic Star to play around Fire Blast. If this is first day of class, we can do it. And the winner is Sulfur Vents. That's not it. So Seething Song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I mess this up somehow? Maybe. Oh no, it costs 4, and I just can't count to 3 correctly. Or it costs 3, and yeah, okay, makes sense. So, Faithless Looting, I can discard the Sulfur Vent, 1, 2, 3. I have 6 mana, I go down to 3. I still have 4 on the other end of the looting. That actually can get me around the Fire Blast. Come on, first day. Bummer. Okay, first day is officially out. If they have Fire Blast, we lose. If not, we get 2 more looks here. Well, we got this far, team. Let's see if we are getting Fire Blasted. Here we are, first day. Is this an instant? Because that would be busted. It's not an instant. It does gain 2 life, though. So I'll take this. See if I can gain 2 life. This resolves, we win. Okay, okay. We did it, fam. That was tight. Storm and Norman over here. Take 32. Not bad. It's overpowered burn. They didn't have the Fire Blast, no problem. Alright, so whether the Storm comes in, I don't think that this deck will bring in Fiery Cannonade. I don't think that's a card they get to play because their creatures are all X2s. They might have Electrickery, but first day of class ignores that pretty cleanly. So I still think Spirit Guide is one of the worst cards, just most cuttable cards anyway. It has the most replaceable effect. The one thing here that is an option is, do I bring in Duress as like healing salve to like check their hand to make sure they don't have the Fire Blast or whatever, versus Street Wraith, which plays right into their plan. But that does water down my plan A pretty significantly. And I think that plan A is better than trying to react to them. I want them to react to me, so I'm just going in +1 Weather the Storm, -1 Spirit Guide. This hand, oh geez, I just have the Weather. Keep it. I have the first day of class, I have a looting, I have the Weather. Ooh, Martyr of Ash. So I'm gonna need them to tap out at some point, or go Hellbent to ever win this game. Interesting. I haven't seen this tech before. Wish I had a Serpentine Curve in the deck. But if they're just gonna be... It's not exactly easy to leave up 2 mana with mono red. Like, let's be serious right now. That's not free. Not by a long shot. So they get in for 1. This is gonna do the full 5. I haven't been hit for 5 by a Keldon Marauder in a very long time. I think I just want to dump the Chromatic Stars into play. Or at least one of them. Maybe both. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess if their hand is the stones, they win. But I do need to develop my mana in a useful way here. I could have left up Weather the Storm by only playing one of these with the Spirit Guide, but I'm just going to hope I don't need that. Chain Lightning. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I go to 9. So if they have Bolt, Bolt, Fire Blast, I lose. They did not have Bolt, Bolt, Fire Blast. Alright, well, nuts off to you. Do I have any way to remove this or pressure it, meaningfully pressure it otherwise in my deck? Let's check it out. I do not. So I think what I have to do is go off with Squirrels and then Weather the Storm with enough life left over that I can still turn around and win the game. So let's go. I'm going to start moving here. Pop this. Rite of Flame. Turn the blue into black. Chugga chugga here. Also, first day of class is still in play, or like the effect is still active. Second main, like if I can Chatterstorm, present lethal, they have to pop, and then second main Chatterstorm again for more squirrels. That's also a line. Lotus Petal. I think Faithless Looting probably sucks. I don't know why I said that. I meant is probably good. Oh, here's what my brain did. I don't think I need Simian Spirit Guide, so Faithless Looting can discard it. I think Spirit Guide sucks right now, and Looting is a good place to put it. Alright, that's what I meant by looting sucks. Thanks, brain. You're working hard over there. So I have 4 mana. That's enough to Chatter and Weather. I can actually save first day of class. So I don't need Spirit Guide. I can discard the second first day of class also. I think that's pretty safe to do. 2 floating and then 2 green still available. Yeah, I'll pay 2 life. See where we can go with this. Yeah, whatever. Let's go. And then pop one of these for green. Then I'm going to first day of class. Alright, cool. I found a land. First day of class. I think I get the Preordain here. Because my plan is to rebuild and just play more Magic. And then nuts off to you. Maybe they don't have 2 red cards in their hand. That's also possible, I guess. We'll find out soon. And I think gaining 3 life by playing Weather second is more important than getting an extra squirrel by playing Weather first. Because I expect the squirrels to be gone. And let's get in there. Here they come. Oh wow, they just didn't have 2 red cards in their hand. Well, what are you gonna do? Let's make sure I don't lose now. Bang. I'll just gain 21 on the way out. At some point they'll have 2 red cards in their hand though. Which will sweep the squirrels. What the hell is in their hand that they're not martyring? Whatever, I'm at 30 with a Preordain in my hand. Wait, what? Are they martyring right now? Interesting. So they had it, but didn't want to use it. In case I had the second round of squirrels? I guess that's a smart play. Yeah, like, 8 life isn't dead. So, sure. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. They played around the second round of squirrels. I respect that. I like it. I think I want to cast my Introduction to Prophecy right now. Let's just get things moving. Sign in Blood, Faithless Looting. I don't want looting. Sign in Blood versus the burn deck, not great, but I did just gain 21 life. And I gotta rebuild my hand somewhere. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, what they need here is these repeatable sources of damage, like the Firebrand Archer. Because the burn spells, just regular burn spells with me at 30, even Keldon Marauders being a 2-mana Lava Axe isn't really good enough with me at 30. So playing around this Martyr is definitely something I'm going to have to do if we have a game 3. Alright, well, the nuts are back. I don't have any green. I could Faithless Looting, but I'm going to wait. Halfway to rebuild here. We know they have 4 damage at will with the lightning bolt. Probably assume there's more than one spell in that 3-card hand out of the burn deck. At some point, probably around like 12 life. No, before that. I'll take probably 2 more draw steps before I start looting and going for it again. Like, so Philosophy of Fire, every card in their hand deals 3 to me, is how I have to treat this game. So I could take 12 at any point, and with this, I have to add 1 to each of those numbers. So I could take 16 at any point, which is my life total. Plus 2, putting me to 14. That's not looking great. I can... yeah, I don't even have green. That's the problem. I would just fill the board with squirrels here and see what happens. But I guess I get to Faithless Looting twice. Yeah, fuck it, let's go. It's time. So Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, spend that blue mana. It's not doing me any good. I guess I need to Seething Song to get double red for all these lootings I plan on casting. Alright, loot from the graveyard first. Come on, green source. Alright, we got there on the first try. So discard Geothermal Crevice and Faithless Looting. Or is it Dark Ritual? No, looting from the graveyard is fine. Alright, so red, make green red. Come on, first day. Manamorphose into Manamorphose, the classic interaction. Black, red. That's a good time for Dark Ritual, or for Faithless Looting. Come on, first day, let's see it. So Dark Ritual and Rite of Flame, and Crevice in the bin. Rite of Flame, Ritual. Alright, here's a bunch of nuts. And this is going to have to be good enough. They're going to have to burn me out over the squirrels or answer the second wave of squirrels, and that's all I got for you. In we go. Luckily, there's no mana burn anymore. It's been a long time. I read an article this morning, though, actually. It was an old coverage article that said Chris Pakula, Dark Ritual, Sinkhole, then burned for 1. And that just made me really happy. I was researching Dead Guy Al because I played it recently. I'm looking at some old tournament coverage around the deck. And according to the Philosophy of Fire, we are reasonably dead here. They have 3 cards in their hand. Each of them deals 4 with Firebrand Archer. Alright. Well, I'm not going to cycle that. Not in this clutch position. Here comes the jerks. Do you have the Electrickery? Nope. Alright. So we beat a Martyr of Ash just by going off and then going off again with the one of Weather the Storm, gaining 21 life in between. Not a bad showing. On to the next round. Well, I'm on the play, and then my opponent mulliganed to literally 0. So I don't think we're going to have a game here. I think they just want to see what I'm playing going into game 2, and then they'll probably concede. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they just got the information what I'm on for game 2, and then... okay, that's a thing you can do. Alright, so what deck would mulligan to 0? Like, at some point, a fair deck just keeps a hand with a land in it, unless they saw literally 0 lands. But even the mull 2 on the mull to 1, you keep 1. Like, no deck mulls to 0. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to assume they're a combo deck and bring in Duress. Like, decks that mulligan even to like 5 with any regularity are either broken or just super unlucky. And I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're broken. So, here's my plan. Right back in. Same deck with some Duresses. On the draw, my opponent kept 7 this time. I'm going to keep this in. It's got a land and some redraws and some mana. And it's got the nuts. I love that I can just say we have the nuts, and that's just the name of a card. Actually, I have the whole combo in hand. Just need some mana to execute it. We're playing against Boros. Trusty old Boros. This deck will definitely have some amount of sweepers in it. You just got to find a spot where they are not ready to respond. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna need at least one Chromatic Star in play to start this because Sulfur Vents doesn't sack for black. I guess I could have Rite of Flame, Rit, but that's not lethal, so it's not good enough. Spare Supplies. Introduce the battlefield, draw a card, sack it, draw a card. Okay. I've not seen this card before. I haven't really played Pauper since Kaldheim came out. Not much anyway. Ooh. That doesn't do, or that does do plenty. They have 2 artifacts. That'll do me here. Gonna have to do the thing that I did last game, which is just go off twice, I think. So black red or blue red, Rite of Flame, Manamorphose. Gonna try to get as close to threshold as I can get before I make any additional decisions. Black and red probably. So this card, they have exactly enough. If they only had 1 artifact, I could overpower this. But they have more than that, so I'm saying words for no reason. Alright, so Cabal Ritual. I guess I should pop this. Sack using black to make black. Just trying to get a little closer to threshold. 4, 5, still can't get there. Alright, so I'm going to need to use at least 1 Cabal Ritual to bridge the gap here up into higher mana levels. 5. Sack this for green. So that's 6 cards in the bin. Alright, Rite of Flame was a great find there. Now I can Cabal Rip my way up. I can duress them. Might as well Night's Whisper. Yeah, so just like a removal spell in the deck. That answers Quark Clan Shaman. It answers Martyr of Ash. Gonna see what they're cooking with over there. Gutshot and some gold card. Foundry Helix. 4 damage to any target. Gain 4 life. That's pretty good. They are basically out of gas over there. And if they sweep my squirrels, they're gonna have nothing left really. At what point do I hardcast Street Wraith? I think I'm actually pretty close to that point, honestly. So Rite of Flame. First save class. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so I can first save class. I want the Preordain because I drew my basic. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is the correct amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. +1/+1 haste. And given what I've seen from their hand, the Street Wraith might be good enough. So here come the squirrels. They're all big with haste. I'm going to attack. They're going to block the Street Wraith and then sack 2 artifacts. They lose their 2 artifacts. And they're going to end up with just a bunch of lands in play. Because their creatures also die to the Shaman. And in we go. I really wish they had a swamp. That would make this really easy. Yeah, sweep. If I found a second first day of class along my adventures here, we would have won this game. If I could have made 3/3 squirrels, that does the trick. But now they have to beat a 4/5. And they certainly can. Like a Battle Screech buys them millions of years. Nothing there. In for 4. I think I should Dark Ritual this Preordain. Or I can just wait. Yeah, what's the rush? I don't even know what I'm looking for yet. I don't know what I need to answer. God, they're at 18. That's so many turns of attacking with this thing. And Gutshot's really not gonna... I don't even know why that's in their deck. Attack. Again, Chromatic Star was a good find. Just anything I can do to develop my board right now with my 1 mana and threaten a second round is really good. There's that other Plains. Who knows what the... This deck is so grindy. Like, if they just lose to this 4/5, I'm going to be really disappointed in them. Because the Boros deck is made to do this. Made to just beat up on creature decks. I think I want to develop... Like, if I draw a land, I want to be able to play it. There is not a Faithless Looting. Okay, they're just casting Gutshot on me. Sure. The race is on. I guess if their plan is to burn me out, that is a reasonable one. Especially if I'm over here cycling street wraiths like a maniac. Sign in blood. Is that something I'm interested in? Probably not. Not yet, anyway. I just want them to deal with my 4-5 before I commit any other resources. I don't have either half of the combo right now, so, like, I'm not really looking for anything. You gain 4 life. What does this do? Just for a target enchantment, you gain 4 life, +1/+1 counter on target creature. Okay. Mostly nothing. They do get to pick up Radiant Fountain and gain more life. So between the Light of Hope and the 3 Radiant Fountains, they've undone 2.5 attacks from this Wraith. Uh-oh. Is that the nuts? I think I'm a little short here to do what I want to do. I guess if Dark Ritual finds any mana source, I can get a nice little chain going. But if they draw any artifact, nah, it's not time. Yeah, not ready yet. I really want to go to class. Yeah, Radiant Fountain again. Their hand still seems to not be great over there. And they would have played most of the things that they could play. Let's get a look. What are you hiding? Show me your secrets. Another Light of Hope and a Great Furnace, sure. Slow rolling that Great Furnace is smart because that tricks me into maybe deploying some squirrels, like I opted out of doing last turn. And then they have the artifact ready to sweep. Ooh, alright, that's a good one. I get to draw a card, but they do deny me the color fixing. Sure. Tight. I'm still winning this damage race right now. That's a good one. In we go again. Just finding that more mana. Hopefully being patient pays me off here. And these squirrels just would have been swept up. My life total is starting to matter more and more as the game goes on. Duress, is that where I want to be? I don't know if I want to go to 4 because deal 4 damage to any target with Foundry Helix. Yeah, this card is scary, going to 4 life, but I guess I'm going to 4 life anyway. If they sack an artifact, it kills all of their creatures. So I think we actually have a pretty good run here. I'm going to duress them and figure out what's going on. See if I need to play around anything. And then just get disrespectful if I do. Or if I don't. Okay. Oh, they don't have Metalcraft somehow. Unlucky. Alright, so... this does not sack for red. So I don't get to Seething Song. Or I can Seething Song. I just lose my black mana to do it. So I end up with 6 mana. That's enough to Prophecy and make some nuts. Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh wait, shit. That's the opposite of what I meant to do. There we go. Just tap it was the correct answer. Oh no, I don't get to make nuts. Shit. God, I've played this so poorly. Alright, let's find a Lotus Petal right here. Easy money. Holy shit, we're just gonna win. Top. Oh, we're not just gonna win, I fucked it up. I had it and then blew it. I thought for some reason we had 1 more mana than we did. I was gonna first day of class rummage into the Squirrel Storm. God, I'm an idiot. I blew it. Discard Sign in Blood. Wow, that was bad. That was so bad. Ouch. Yeah. Oh no, Sign in Blood, I could have targeted them. I've made so many mistakes right now. Unbelievable. I deserve to lose this game. So they can only attack with one of these. That was a shockingly bad turn. So they have to block here. And then I'm going to go Lotus Petal Squirrel Storm. Just make 2 guys. That will put them on Burn Spell or Bust. Yeah, Lotus Petal. And land squirrels. Just make 2 things here. That at least blocks. So Galvanic Blast doesn't kill me anymore. Wow, shockingly terrible. Just Sign in Blood you. Go. Game's over. Alright, they played a mountain for turn, so I get another turn. They still don't control any swamps, because they don't play any swamps. Which is a good reason not to control any. They block and sack. Then I make 2 more squirrels. So Dark Writ, make green, squirrels. Okay. They have 1 turn to draw a way to deal 3 damage to me. Dead to Lightning Bolt, dead to Foundry Helix. Okay, I got away with that. I don't deserve it. That 2 turns ago, should have just made a bunch of squirrels. Missed that. The squirrels wouldn't have won because they had the Quark Clan Shaman, but the Sign in Blood, I just totally forgot the flavor text of Sign in Blood, which is target player loses 2 life and draws 2. We had the win and missed it, but got it anyway. No justice in this world. On to the next round. I'm on the play with a no-lander, but this no-lander can draw 3 cards. Like, I can Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Chromatic Star, filter black into black, Sign in Blood. I could even draw a card with Metamorphose in between. I'm going to keep this for science. I don't think that it's good. I would mulligan it if this were the Pauper Pro Tour, but I think this is exciting and has the potential to do cool things. So, Lotus Petal. Opponent's already scared. Dark Ritual. I guess I exile Mox Monkey right now. Or this is not Mox Monkey. This is Spirit Guide. Mox Monkey is a different name for a different monkey that interacts with Moxen in different ways. So Seething Song. Didn't really need to commit the Seething Song yet, but I am in. Let's do this thing. Turn this into black. The Sign of Blood is just going to draw first day, and okay, that's actually a little bit of a relief. So just draw more cards. We're just going to draw first day and NUTSHOT here. Pretty close, right? Alright, so I just did a whole lot of stuff. There is a first day here. Guess I should keep it going. Looting. I think at this point, I did spend a lot of Storm to do this. I could Faithless Looting and try to keep going, or I could just play my land, play a Chromatic Star, pass the turn. And I think that's where I want to be at this point. Like, as far as how bad that could have gone versus how good it could have gone, I think we ended up on the better side of average there. Opponent with tap land go. Are we playing the same format here? Alright, Lotus Petal. Is that something I want? Do I loot here or do I just take some draws? Yeah, I think I just passed the turn for a little bit. If they are just like some blue-red deck, but if they were blue-red fairies or Scred, they would be playing the Snowland from Kaldheim, not the artifact land. So this is probably some affinity deck. Chromatic Star is in play now. Let's see how far this goes. Luckily, Thought Monitor is a rare. I could see a world where that was printed at common. A stupid world, but a world nonetheless. Okay, so I can Lotus Petal to draw 2 cards. I think that's a reasonable play here. I'm actually gonna do this. Let's make black with this one and see what I'm gonna draw first. Lotus Petal. I still have my land drop for the turn. I could Cabal Writ, though Cabal Writ I can cast off of that, so I think I just want a Night's Whisper and save this ritual for a combo turn. Yeah, that turn 1 I took this game was much more caution to the wind than I like to play, and I've just spent the last 2 turns rebuilding from it. Which is fine. I was doing it for science and for content. But seeing the number of cards we've seen so far, the entire plan of just dig and hope would not have gotten there. We still don't have a Squirrel Storm. And now they have 10 power in play. We are dead on board, so now we got to figure it out. 10 life versus 10 power. That is how that works. Alright, Sulfur Vent. That's an easy one to discard if Faithless Looting, so let's sack our lands. They're leaving anyway. Lose the blue mana for Cabal Writ. Rite of Flame, let's go. Faithless Looting. Save me. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to discard the 2 sulfur vents, of course. And I can go first day. My storm is like not even close to being enough here. So if I first day, I have 7 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can sneak a Preordain in between here. Or whatever that card's called. Introduction to Prophecy. So I'll cast that for black, black, black. Maybe I'll find a Lotus Petal for an extra storm. Okay, that counts. Wait. Can I do anything here? Is there anything clever to do here? I don't think so, because if I draw the Spirit Guide, that gives me red to cast the Looting, but then I just draw 2, discard 2. I guess it gets me 2 cards deeper in the deck if I care about that, but I don't think that I do. Now I'm just going to bottom this, draw the Dark Ritual. It gives me an extra storm. Not that it super matters, but here they are. Just a little late to the party. I can't really attack, and if my opponent just waits, they're gonna win. Like, they're gonna have flings and atogs and stuff in their deck. Yeah, this did not work out well. That too much was lost on that first turn where I passed on like a storm for 7 and couldn't do anything. So I just think that keep was not good. But I knew that when I played it. Like, I said that out loud. But the hope at this point is that they turtle up so long that I'm able to rebuild and do more. But their deck does play probably Galvanic Blast, probably some number of flings, Atogs in there. Like, they can beat a stalled board with burn. Alright, they popped a Chromatic Sphere, or Star, taking a redraw. Frog. I assume this deck has Thoughtcast in it, or else, like, what's the point of being an affinity deck? So, it's, can I build up a second wave of squirrels before they can draw Fling? That's literally what we're playing to. Prismatic, or Prophetic Prism. I always called this card Prismatic Prism, and then realized that doesn't make any sense, because they wouldn't name a card that. Though I hope they do someday, just to mess with me. Prophetic Prism. There's lots of redraws. There's so many redraws in these affinity shells. Speaking of redraws, it's not time for Street Wraith yet. I'm at 10. I don't know if there ever will be a time for Street Wraith. I guess at some point I'll need to hit my land drops. So cycling to hit a land drop does make some amount of sense. If we just play draw go, I'm pretty happy with that outcome also. But if they get one more 4/4, okay, there it is. So block, 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 block. Yeah, they can just attack with everything next turn. And even if I line up all the perfect trades, and even if they all go where they're supposed to, and I don't get blown out by a Galvanic Blast or anything, they're still going to be left with Frogmite in play to mine nothing. And then I'm dead in 4 turns, and I can't regrow that quickly. I'm just going to concede. I'll save us all some time. I can't win this game. So lesson learned about keeping speculative opening hands. You should mulligan. It is the year of our Lord 2021. We mulligan in London these days. You don't need to keep bad hands. So this deck, I don't think is going to have Fiery Cannonade, but they could have some other sweepers. Like, they could play the Clan Shaman. I'm going to bring in 2 curves and leave in. Do you leave in all your nuts if you're also curving? Like, do you go down to 1 nut? Or not down to 1, but down 1? Is that how you play this? Because now I have 5 payoffs instead of 4, but Chatterstorm is really important. This is actually a tough call. Alright, I'm not going to board off of my squirrels on the play. Like, those are cards I want to hit, so I have some Serpentine Curves if I need a bigger creature to avoid a sweeper. On the play here, I have a hand with a couple of lands, half the combo. Let's keep this. Some redraws, looting and Wraith, all good stuff. Sulfur Vent into play. I don't need to cycle Street Wraith yet. mean, it basically doesn't matter when I cycle it, honestly, except for the possibility of hard casting it like happened last round. Like, if I can execute my whole combo with lots of mana left over without cycling my Wraith, then that's a reason not to cycle it. But that doesn't happen often. And hopefully it doesn't need to happen very often. Alright, now I'm going to cycle my Wraith, because if I find like a Sign of Blood or Night's Whisper, I want to get going on that. Hey, that basic swamp looks pretty good right now. Let's actually get to curve out. Ooh, feels good. Play to your outs, because sometimes they are actually there. That was a 1 in 5. There are 5 cards in my deck that would make me want to cycle right then. I guess 9. 9 cards in the deck that would make me want to cycle right then. And I hit one of them. They got a Chromatic Star of their own. That looks like my plan. That's cool. So I can Faithless Looting. Alright, yeah, if I Chromatic Star, cycle this into red, and cast Faithless Looting. I'm not planning on going off right now. I'm just digging. I want to find the nut. I want to do it all at once. That's my plan. Spirit Guide. I have so much mana. Does not seem important. And Rite of Flame is almost as good in the graveyard as it is in my hand. So I'm gonna ship that as well. And I still have my land drop for the turn, so I can cycle Wraith. Alright, didn't get there on the land drop. So I have the looting in my graveyard that can flash back, but other than that, I'm out of redraws for now. First Day of Class is a redraw as well. Either I can build up 3 mana for the Preordain, or just use the Rummage backup plan on Learn. So, well, we'll see. Hopefully I just draw the nut and it doesn't matter. But they do have a lot of mana open. Little cheeky second main phase Frogmite. Alright. What do I want to do here? I can go 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. Or 10, 11 mana. 12, 13, 14. I can have so much mana this turn. I don't like all their untapped mana though. I'll give it another turn of development here. Maybe I'm playing scared, maybe I'm playing cautious. We saw what happened game 1 when I just throw it to the wind. But if they tap even lower for something like Prophetic Prism, or just pay some mana for basically anything, like that helps me out. And just more draws. All I want to do in Magic is draw cards, find more cards, find more plays. Look at this hand right now. Just give me a squirrel and I will go insane with it. Alright, Ichor Wellspring was exactly the sort of thing I wanted them to spend mana on. That's just like mostly a brick, doesn't add to their board, and denies what they might be able to do on their turn. So let's do it. I'm going to try to go for it this turn. Ooh, second First Day of Class. I do like that. So, red, blue, Rite of Flame. Let's get to work here. I'm going to need this Lotus Petal as my black source, or as my my green source. I'm just saying random words right now. So Rite of Flame resolves. Dark Ritual. Let's get that on the stack. Seething Song. I want to get one of those in. Then I'm going to First Day of Class for the Preordain. I want to do all this before I go for looting. Alright, so they're dispelling my ritual. That's fair. Okay. My ritual is dispelled. Here is another one. Alright, that was their big plan. It was pretty good. I've seen worse. Right, so First Day of Class. Let's find that Preordain. Oh no. They have another dispel. That's really good. This is an instant, isn't it? Why is this an instant? Preposterous. Alright, so I think at this point I have to commit my ritual, go to the other First Day of Class. Alright, we're in class now. Get the Introduction to Prophecy. Pop this, and I just have to find the squirrel. 1, 2, 3. Come on, nuts. Uh-oh. Bottom. Guess I can, or Chromatic Star redraws the same as Faithless Looting does. Ugh. Nuts. 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 Okay. Rite of Flame does somehow keep this going. Faithless Looting. Exactly enough mana. Show me the nuts. Show me the nuts. Damn it. We're 22 cards into the deck without seeing a Chatterstorm. Again, that's bad news. And we're not winning this game from here. They have a clock, and yeah, there's nothing else to be done here. I'm out of redraws. You can only do this if you actually have cards in hand. All right. Hit our fail rate. Though we 22 cards in the deck. If any one of them was a Chatterstorm, we would have won that game through Dispel and Red Blast. Like, we have Lethal Storm. We have enough mana floating. We just didn't find the payoff. So that was pretty impressive, even though we lost. On to the final round. On the draw for the finals, I've kept this kind of slow controlling hand. This is definitely more my style. All right, so we're playing against not Heroic. That's what they call this deck. It's not Bogles, but it's basically the same thing. It's mono white Bogles. They're just going to target this with a bunch of spells. And so the clock will be pretty clear. The scary thing is that my combo is creature based. So if they can like give this thing First Strike and Lifelink and Vigilance, it would be really hard to punch through it. Also, the scary thing is this is the literal nut draw, and they're just attacking me for 6 on turn 2. Alright, there's a lot of ways I just die next turn. So this game's going to go a lot faster than I thought it was. So let's hope I untap one more time, and I get to spin the wheels. So this is +4/+4. Jeez, literally anything they target this with kills me. Wow. Just the turn 3 goldfish. Incredible. Alright, GG. Nothing to be done about that. Maybe Chatterstorm doesn't need to get banned if the mono white deck also has a turn 3 goldfish. So, Flaring Pain. Prismatic Strands could come up in this matchup, but I think this is going to be more about speed than anything else, and that might incentivize me to want Weather the Storm, like just to get another turn. But I think on the play, I just have to try to win. Yeah, I'm just going to go first and try to go fast. Okay, so this is the hand where I go first and go fast with. Not quite what I want. The Night's Whisper, like, there's so much mana here, but Seething Song doesn't get cast for 2, and this taps for black, not red, so I can't looting. Having the squirrel is nice, but I think this is a mulligan. Alright, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to bottom a Lotus Petal. This one has some options available to it. We get to see a bunch more cards. I'm probably planning for a turn 3 here. Just run out the Chromatic Stars and then try to pop. Oh, the Trailblazer. The card is so good. It's not even fair. Alright, so I'm gonna pop this for black in case I draw one of the draw 2s. Like so. And then I'm gonna draw 2 with it. And didn't find a mana source for my Chromatic Star. There's actually the Lotus Petal and no rituals at all in this hand. This is the sort of stumble that can just get run over. If they turn 3 me again, we're in trouble. Luckily those two are like more normal speed auras. The whatever that one is called, Ethereal Armor, is that the busted one? That one is too good. So I could play Chromatic Star and pass here. I think that's the play, and just hope I'm not dead. Yeah, this really didn't come together. The Night's Whisper, the Chromatic Star draw, didn't find any rituals. Oh, I might just die. Okay, so we put up a 2 and 3. There were a number of games that could have won if there was a Chatterstorm in the top 25 cards of our deck. I think that happened twice, where they were just all on the bottom half of the deck, which, I mean, I'm not tilting off. I'm just saying that in reasonable distribution, it would have been there, but Magic is a game with some variance. That mono white matchup was actually terrifying. We just got turn 3 twice. Turn 3 goldfish, get out of here. So who's actually the broken combo deck? And then Affinity. The fact that Chatterstorm plays to the board and like I got to go off and do my thing and it just didn't matter because they had more creatures than me on the board or bigger creatures than mine is kind of an interesting dynamic that Grape Shot and Empty never really had to worry about. With Empty, like they just never had more creatures than you. You could always go wide, but Grape Shot just goes straight to the face. So Chatterstorm needing to get in through the red zone is certainly something, though. All right, Squirrel Storm is not broken. If Mono White can do that, we don't need to ban anything. I'm still not convinced that this card is okay to exist in Pauper, but we didn't just raffle stomp the non-storm decks the way I thought we would, so that's a little bit of a relief. The first day of class Chatterstorm interaction is really, really powerful, though. The shell is insane. I was really impressed with the learn mechanic the whole time. Like Environmental Sciences and Introduction to Prophecy both played more than once in important situations during this league, so that was pretty cool. G4 Gregarious, thank you for suggesting that I play this deck. Bryant Cook, thanks for the list. I will link Bryant's video in my video description if you want to see more of this stuff. And I really just don't think we're going to be doing this very often or for very long, but this is it. We got to do the NUTSHOT combo at least once while it was legal. Thank you for watching. If you have ideas to improve the list, please let me know in the comments. If you saw lines that I didn't that would have won the game, please let me know in the comments. And of course, remember to like and subscribe while you're here, and I'll see you next time.